One twist of the throttle, electric delivers instant force with no drama, while gasoline builds a rising roar that feels like a living engine fighting for speed.
The key comparison lies in the acceleration sensation and the sound experience. It's the electric motor versus the combustion engine. This is the power of instant electric torque, arriving immediately from 0 RPM, launching the bike forward with relentless force.
As the tachometer climbs, the gasoline engine builds power through escalating RPMs. The exhaust vibration in
electric feels like a switch, gas feels like a wave.
This is the sound gap that changes everything. On one side, a deep exhaust note echoing off the cliffs. On the other, just wind noise and tire hiss.
Sound provides crucial feedback for shifting and traction. The rider listens closely to the engine pitch while leaning through the corner. The electric feedback you're feeling comes directly from the torque curve and the traction control system, not from high revs. While the electric bike only needs launch mode selected on the screen, the gas bike demands precise throttle blips and careful clutch preparation before launch.
It's the drama of the gasoline launch. Clutch bite, front end lift, exhaust bark. Watch the controlled acceleration as
the shock of the electric launch. A silent punch, instant pull. The bike surges forward with minimal mechanical noise. This demonstrates how the gearbox shapes acceleration. The rider executes a quick upshift. Clutch in, boot moves the lever.
Many electric bikes utilize a single-speed reduction, creating a seamless pull. This translates to continuous acceleration with no shift pauses.
Shifting isn't just mechanical, it becomes part of the bike's personality. The engine screams, gears snap, and the exhaust crackles on deceleration.
This is the electric difference. A smooth, almost surreal rush of speed that redefines the open road.
It all comes down to the measurement mindset. Pure 0 to 60 sprints and top-end roll-on acceleration. Let's see what they can do.
The electric roll-on gives you that instant surge. No downshifts needed. Accelerating from mid-speed, the bike leaps.
A quick downshift and rev match initiates the engine rush. The bike lunges as the RPM climbs, the exhaust echoing loudly off the retaining wall.
Torque can overwhelm grip, particularly on this damp patch. The traction control system immediately detects the slip.
Here we can switch between different electric torque maps instantly. On the gas bike, the ride-by-wire system adjusts throttle response. The sensation of vibration begins at idle, mirrors shaking slightly. As we accelerate, the gas pulses through the frame.
Contrast the electric smoothness. Fewer moving parts, less vibration. The bike idles silently at this viewpoint. Only the wind moves the rider's jacket. Gasoline engines naturally radiate a significant amount of heat, especially when stopped in heavy traffic. This heat radiates outwards from the engine block and exhaust.
Unlike combustion engines, EV heat is precisely managed. Advanced liquid cooling protects the motor and battery.
You hear it long before you see it. A gas bike doesn't just arrive, it announces its presence with an unmistakable roar.
When we compare stealth, electric bikes are so quiet they can surprise pedestrians and riders alike, even at a controlled speed along this waterfront.
Here's the trade. Electric gives you instant acceleration like a slingshot, but gasoline gives you a soundtrack that makes every speed feel earned.
Shifting now to the track day context. We're looking for repeat acceleration under extreme stress. The bikes are prepped.
As these repeated hard runs demonstrate, EV performance is heavily limited by heat. The battery management system.
Even traditional gas engines can suffer from heat soak, reducing performance. Cooling fans help.
The EV is strong early, but the gas bike grows stronger as the revs rise.
This highlights the reduced complexity. The EV rider keeps his hands steady, focusing purely on the braking points. The workload on the gas bike is immense. He perfectly executes those blip downshifts, revs matching gear changes.
EV torque can be immediate, but must be managed.
Coming out of the corner, the power delivery ramps aggressively with the rising RPM. He feeds the throttle, the exhaust note
focus shifts to the sound. Intake roar and exhaust pulses define the mechanical texture as the header glows intensely in the cooling dusk air. The sound shifts to the electric motor's high-frequency whir, and the intense wind rush as the EV bike accelerates past the camera.
This is the raw, swelling climax of rising revs. A symphony of power that some riders tragically miss.
The silence of the electric ride brings a new level of focus. Less noise means less fatigue, leaving you refreshed.
Traditional gas engines mean noise and heat in the city, but the electric glide is smooth, silent, and cuts through the chaos effortlessly. While the gas bike requires a stop at a noisy station for a messy refueling ritual, the electric counterpart charges serenely.
Sound load. The open road introduces the reality of range anxiety. Charging infrastructure remains sparse. Finding a plug.
Maintaining a gas bike means dealing with oil, filters, and chains. But electric bikes have significantly fewer moving parts, streamlining maintenance to simple checks and software. Analyzing the data highlights critical weight distribution differences. While the batteries add significant low mass, the total weight of the electric model is noticeably higher. When comparing the feel at low speed, EV torque proves to be ultra-responsive. This careful slow riding highlights the effectiveness of gentle throttle maps.
The key to low-speed control on a gas bike is clutch finesse. By feathering the clutch, you manage the engine's pulses, keeping the bike smooth and balanced.
Gas culture is built on sound. The distinct rumble of these engines forging an emotional identity for everyone here. Experience the fusion of speed and serenity. This is EV culture, exhilarating performance delivered with futuristic calm. As we overtake, the EV provides instant shove, a quiet surge of power. The gas bike, however, requires that we're conducting controlled acceleration testing on the airstrip. Note the consistent rider posture as they approach the measured start line.
Instant torque delivers rapid speed gain with minimal drama. The speed readout climbs smoothly past 250 mph.
A full gas run now, the pitch rising dramatically. Quick shifts as the tack sweeps the dial and the exhaust screams past the blurring scenery.
EV feels like a catapult. Gas feels like a performance.
In raw acceleration, electric can feel unstoppable, but gasoline turns speed into a story you can hear. The gas engine changes pitch with its RPMs, contrasting sharply with the EV's consistent, steady. The social effect is clear.
The gas bike attracts attention, while the EV allows the riders to go unnoticed. Wind dominates both at speed, but the gas still adds its music. The EV, however, is mostly just wind. EV acceleration delivers instant torque with such smooth, consistent results that it can make high speeds feel deceptively easy. With a gas bike, acceleration is earned through precise technique. You need perfect launch timing, clutch release. Feel the atmosphere shift from heavy fuel smell and exhaust heat to the perfectly clean air and ambient breeze. With an EV, your charging stops become the landmarks, shaping your route and revealing unexpected scenic overlooks.
Gas Touring offers fast refuels and wide station availability, ensuring you spend more time on the road.
And here we have the optional sound module. Now, synthesized engine noise is certainly controversial, but the emotional resonance is undeniable. While electric bikes offer a glimpse of the future, many riders still reject the artificial sound. For them, authenticity matters more than anything.
Torque and silence are the real identity.
A gas rider watches the tachometer, but an EV rider focuses on the power meter.
The distinct sound of a gas bike alerts other drivers. However, quiet EV riders must rely on bright lights.
Notice how the suspension works. On roads like this, traction management is far more important than engine power.
The after-run moment highlights the difference. The gas bike crackles with heat, while the EV bike cools down quietly with just the hum of fans. Tradition anchors us to the past, defined by the rumble of an engine and the smell of fuel. But futurism calls, clean, the final comparison run. Same straight, same start, different soul. Instant forward leap. The EV bikes streak forward with silent intensity, headlights cutting through the twilight as the scenery compresses fast.
Drizzle. The gas launch is immediate, revs rising fast. Each gear change is a sharp step as they pin the throttle and
while the electric rider braces for the sudden torque, the gasoline rider leans in, shifting gears with every surge of excitement.
They are equally fast, but emotionally distinct. The EV slices the air in silence, While the gas bike blasts, electrification will grow, but sound culture won't disappear overnight.
Instant power, silent launch, or the sweeping needle and fiery exhaust. Two ways to ride.
A peaceful final ride along the coast. Side by side, we watch the ocean shimmer as the sunset gently fades into the evening sky.
Acceleration is physics, but sound is emotion.
Electric wins the first hit of speed, gasoline wins the soundtrack. But the best ride is the one that makes you feel alive the moment you twist the throttle.